So today I am talking with Amie Valpone, who runs thehealthyapple.com, where she takes healthy, whole, clean plant foods and makes them into super delicious recipes. I'm very excited to chat with you, Amie, so thanks for taking the time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, so when I hear from people about trouble that they have with recipes, a lot of the time it's that they just don't know where to start. So when you are coming up with a new recipe, where do you start? Ingredients, concept, recipes, what inspires you?
Walking the streets of New York inspires me. I pretty much just walk around all the colors. I mean, you can just be walking around in your neighborhood and see so many different storefronts, and even if it's a bright blue bowl in a store or, something at the farmer's market, it gets me inspired. So I'm always up for anything.
Nice. And when you're out walking, how do you choose ingredients and what are you looking for when you're picking them?
I'm always choosing fresh ingredients. So I'm always at the farmer's market, or we have a great service here called Fresh Direct that delivers food to us. So it comes the next day, the next morning, a few hours later, which is great. You get fresh herbs and fresh spices, things like that that come, and anything from kale to collard green to Swiss chard. I love in the wintertime doing some really nice asparagus and I guess like broccoli, cauliflower, and even doing acorn squash, butternut squash, and sweet potato fries. It's great. When
That
the
sounds
spring, summer comes, I like to do more raw,
mhm.
like a lot of raw kale salads, or different things like that.
So you pretty much just experiment with whatever comes your way and whatever's in season?
That's right. I love Brussels sprouts, so I eat those all year round. But
Nice.
I tend to like them more in the winter time. Obviously, we have our hearty vegetables that we love.
hmm hmm And then when you get all this stuff, how do you think about pairing things together? Like what combinations do you like to put together in recipes?
Well, I've always done a sweet and savory combined. My taste buds just love that, and that's what I do on my blog and my
Mm-hmm.
website. So pretty much it's a lot of cinnamon and chili powder or raw cacao and sea salt. I love that mix. Even like peanuts and a little stevia, agave nectar, and maybe some black pepper. So putting it into brownies, into chocolate chip cookies, into even if it's like a baked fennel dish or something like that.
Yeah, those combinations sound awesome. What
Thank
are
you.
some of the favorite recipes that you have on your site?
Oh boy, I honestly, if I blogged about everything that I ate, it would probably be all eggplant and Brussels sprouts because I feel like that's all I eat every day. I love them. Oh my gosh, I love them. But I have to get a little creative for the website. So I always branch out a little bit more. But I love eggplant. I make it, there's like 20 different ways that I make it. And I love, I coat it in, a mixture of ground almonds and cashews and flax seeds, chia seeds, and then top
Mm.
it with, some uh, nutritional yeast and some homemade tomato sauce and fresh basil. Make a nice eggplant parm, put that in the oven. Brussels sprouts, I roast those every day. I just roasted some Brussels sprouts with broccoli, cauliflower, and kale, and put that all in. Put some like nice ground cashews on it. Take it out, and it's unbelievable. I dip those into hummus. I'm
Mm.
very careful about making sure that my clients are always having healthy carbohydrates, healthy fats, and vegetables. So there comes the point where people just want to, they say, I just want to lose weight. They're afraid of fat and fat phobes. And that's not
Mhm.
the way. You're never going to lose weight if you eat everything fat free. So our bodies need fat. And, the best way to do it is to get it from natural sources, as you know,
Mhm.
making your own hummus with tahini or nut butters or, avocado is amazing. You can do so much with it.
Yeah, fat adds so much flavor and texture and carries the flavor really of the other things in the meal, right?
It does, and it satisfies us. You just
Mhm.
eat a salad without, any fat, without any salad dressing. It's not the same. You're almost, it's not that you're hungry a few minutes later, but you're just not satisfied. You're always
Yeah,
looking for something else.
definitely. Kind of the same thing with carbs too. A lot of people are scared of carbs when they're trying to lose weight, but
Mm.
that's what satisfies you and gives you energy.
It's true. Yes, it's very true.
All right, and then what about different cooking methods? What kind of like steaming, roasting? How do you use that to create different flavors and textures in your recipes?
I'm a steamer and a roaster all the way. That's pretty much all I do. I love it. I roast everything, like I was just saying, from squash to zucchini to eggplant. And I love steaming too. You can pretty much steam everything. And then there's those vegetables that, I like to eat raw, like cucumbers or red peppers,
Mm.
jicama, things like that. And then you can dip it into, guacamole or salsa and hummus. Always getting that nice sweetness in there.
The savory and the sweet for
Yeah.
you.
So I like that. I've got that jicama cinnamon dressing recipe, I think, on my website. There's a little chili powder on there, a little lime juice. So I
Mm.
always, get a little bit of both in there.
Um, Now, what about bringing flavor out of these awesome plant foods that you're talking about? How do you do that? How do you bring out the natural flavors and make them really delicious?
Well, I always use fresh herbs. So this morning I got delivered fresh mint and fresh oregano, which adds incredible flavor. I love adding stevia to things. Maca powder is amazing. I probably overdo it on maca powder and raw cacao. I love them both. They add great flavor. Even if you're going to add, I sometimes I'll add a little raw cacao to my eggplant Parmesan. I'll put it into my pasta sauce or the tomato sauce right on there. So there's so much that you can do. It's incredible. Creating a little bit of flavor. Even adding, like I was saying, a little bit of like cinnamon and balsamic vinegar into your tomato sauce. Simple things like that just create such flavor. There's so many extracts too. Vanilla extract. There's stevia extract. There's almond extract. And then you get all those different things. Cacao butter's great.
Now, you talked about cinnamon and chili. Are there any other flavor combinations that you find work really well together?
I like coconut and curry powder together, actually. I think they go
Ooh,
really
nice.
well. Yeah, I think those go really well together, and I like that a lot. And I think cayenne pepper and nutritional yeast go together well, so I enjoy like pairing those. Trying to think of some other things.
What
Tahini,
about
when I'm making like a raw hummus, I'll do a lot of tahini and cumin. I love the way that works together. Like cumin and paprika with tahini, I think that just works really, really well.
hmm what about pairing different spices and herbs with different vegetables? Do you have any favorite combos there?
I love eggplant with fresh basil and tomato sauce.
Mm.
Just very Italian to me. I love raw zucchini with fresh mint, and I love what is it? Fresh oregano on sweet potatoes.
Ooh, that's a good one. I haven't tried that.
Yeah, and then always adding some kind of nut. So maybe it's ground pine nuts or ground cashews or, whatever it may be, right on top of it.
Very nice. Now, do you ever feel like trying to create flavor compromises the healthiness of your cooking, or do you find they go together really well?
No, they go together perfectly. I never feel deprived.
Awesome. Do you have any other last tips?
I just say, do not get discouraged. I am pretty much allergic to everything and still cannot eat anything out of a box. My body still reacts and swells up. So I have had to deal with this for a long time, and it's tough. And especially living in Manhattan where everybody's going out to eat and having burgers and pizzas and beers, and I can't have any of that. But you just have to stay positive and check out the Healthy Apple, which I update Mondays and Fridays with new recipes, and I'm always happy to answer questions and do one-on-one, nutrition consulting on Skype or just chatting and doing pantry makeovers and talking to people. I'm all about helping everybody else.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's great when you can help people with healthy eating because it makes life just so much more fun, eh?
Exactly. No, it definitely does. It's true.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for taking the time to chat with me today, Amy. It's been great.
Thank you. I had a great time.